So on this front, when we spoke to the railways as to when the tracks, because there are in certain, like you rightly pointed out, stations where the water is submerged and it is really taking a long time for it to recede. But like Kurla, Thane, Ghatkopar, these are like certain low-lying tracks as well. So the railways say that, the railways, when we spoke to, what they told us is that the situation will come back to normalcy. At least it will take an hour or so, considering if the rains do not, the rains stop, because if there are heavy rains, then the situation might get even more worse, and the commuters might face even more trouble by getting stranded in the platforms, like what had happened yesterday. But 1 or 2 hours more, at least in this part. But the central lines, the harbour line, the western line, all of the 3 railway lines are working right now. The frequency is very less at this point, but the trains have not stopped working. They are working continuously from midnight, and they are plying passengers who have been stranded at the railway stations. We talk about the roads in terms of transport as well. Extra buses have been deployed by the BEST in several different routes here in Mumbai, so that people who have been stranded throughout the night, they can at least get home in the morning, because many of them really got stuck last night. They preferred staying back wherever they were, be it in their offices or anywhere else. But temples, churches, all of these places were open. Food and water were made available in many pockets of the city where people were stranded and where people were left with no food and water. But today, as we speak, the situation is little normal, little better.
Okay, that's the condition of Mumbai today, waking up after a difficult day of rains yesterday. We're going to be continuing getting you more inputs, more updates here on this.
Trickling in of severe traffic jam in Mumbai because of the abandoned cars on the highway. Aditya Tiwari getting us the latest from Kurla.
Well, right now I'm standing at CST Road. It's between the Kurla and the power road which leads to Mumbai. As you can see over here, there are hundreds of vehicles abandoned vehicles has been kept over here. As you can see in the visuals, like on the bridge of Kurla till the way to the Mumbai, many vehicles which has been kept over here. They are abandoned vehicles. The drivers have gone over. Their drivers are not over here, and they have been stuck in last night, and because of that, this all vehicles have been kept over here. This is causing traffic over here, and from Thane towards Mumbai, many places have been seen that lots of abandoned vehicles have been kept over here, and you can clearly see that what's the situation over here. The people are afraid. They have left their vehicles because it was taking almost 5 to 7 hours to reach their spot. So many people have has left their vehicles over here, and you can clearly see the whole road has been jammed from this abandoned vehicle, and still there is no tow machine or nothing has been done to remove this vehicle. And if this rain will continue, many vehicles will stay over here. The traffic will increase, resulting in more traffic. So the BMC or the authorities over here should remove these vehicles, or should place it in a safe place so that traffic should not occur. But as of now, many abandoned vehicles across Mumbai, Thane has been you can see on the road, and this is the situation of Mumbai. Many things not clear, and still the rains are going on. In Mumbai, this is Aditya Tiwari for Mirror Now.
Well, Aditya, they're getting us a report on how traffic jams are being faced by commuters following those abandoned cars yesterday, following the rains. The heavy rainfall, in fact, led to waterlogging in many of the main roads, which led to many of the car owners abandoning their car and getting cover. Disha joins us now live from Matunga to get us a quick update. Disha, yesterday Matunga was completely waterlogged. It was one of the worst affected areas in Mumbai. What's the situation today? Authorities claiming normalcy, but does that reflect on ground?
the visual that I want to show right now here, this is the aftermath of heavy rains. All the authorities have been claiming, and we have also seen that today the situation is back to normalcy, but you can see the aftermath of heavy rains. This happened today in the morning because it was raining continuously throughout the night, and you can see a tree has fallen here, and this is bang opposite Roya College in Matunga. Luckily, fortunately, the colleges are shut today, so nobody has been injured here, and there were no cars also parked outside. But if I can ask my camera person to zoom in to my extreme right, there in the same stretch of the road here also you can see a second tree has fallen here on this particular stretch of the road, and thankfully once again here there were no cars parked, so there were no casualties as such or injuries reported. But this is the aftermath situation here, at least here, not only here in Matunga, but we have seen a couple of tree falling incidents in Dadar as well, in Dadar East and West as well, in at least 6 to 7 places. Where even many people have been injured. So these, and even after this, there is nobody here from the government here, or no officer on the spot to at least check the situation on ground. Since morning we have been speaking to locals here. What they told us is that this happened at 8:30 a.m. in the morning, but there was nobody here to check the situation on ground.
Right, Disha, for all those who are tuning in right now to Mirror Now, what's the advisory that can be given to them? Can they venture out? Are the roads plying normally? We are in fact getting reports of traffic jams being faced by commuters. But what's the situation on ground?
So on ground, in terms of advisory, first and foremost, there is no advisory that has been sent out by the Mumbai Municipal Corporation, that's BMC, for the citizens here in Mumbai. But we have been on ground since morning, and we have seen the condition of the roads. There are not enough traffic signals at this time today, at least if we compare it with yesterday, because yesterday's situation was worse. Today we are seeing that it's a sunny day right now. It's not raining here, at least here if we talk about in Matunga in the eastern suburbs. And in the morning also we had a visit to the Eastern Express Highway, and we also checked the Western Express Highway. The traffic was moving very smoothly, and considering it's a public holiday today, and many people who were stranded yesterday, they might have taken precautions well in advance, because today also the Met Department has said that heavy alert and heavy rains for the next 24 hours. So considering it's a public holiday, not much cars we have seen here on the road today, but the situation seems to be really normal. But yeah, in terms of trains, we do see that trains, at least in the central line, it's not running. For instance, from CST to Kalyan, the trains are running at a very snail pace, and from Kalyan to CST, from CST to Kalyan, the trains obviously have been halted on both the routes, considering there is water at least still on the track. So trains, at least in terms of central line, it still moves at a very snail pace, but on Harbour and Western, the trains are running smoothly.
Right. Mumbai limping back to normalcy there, Disha, but clearly in the aftermath, as you're pointing towards, many issues need to be resolved. Abandoned trees, abandoned cars on roads. So lots need to be done. Clearly, the authorities claiming that they are doing all that can be done, but remains to be seen in the next few days, in the next few hours. In fact, through the course of the day, whether the situation comes back completely to normalcy. The Met Department, remember, has forecasted that there could be moderate to heavy rainfall today. Disha, there, thanks for getting us those reports.